Didn't get quite as far as I had hoped by now with the GT12, GT12R, but I just wanted to walk you through a little piece of the exercise that I've been working on as I've been putting the whole package together. One of the challenges is how to work with a 1/8 axle. I think it's a great idea of Scott's is to use a 1/8 axle, therefore you can put the pinion straight on the axle, don't have to worry about a spur, and you can get into an easier 1-to-1 gear ratio or closer to 1-to-1, and should end up with a smaller package. Just some other interesting ideas with it. First thing was, how do you make a hub to be compatible with it? Either going to have to make a sleeve to go from that 1/4-inch axle to the or the 1/8 axle to the hub that's designed to fit around a 1/8 axle, or you can design a 1/8 hub. So looking at a wheel in the conventional way, the way that we always mount it this way, I designed a hub. But really the important part is to get the shoulder of the hub that you can see right there. The shoulder in between there we go, in between the screws. The shoulder needs to sit inside this, and this is what does the centering. The bolts don't do the centering, especially because they're designed for 332 screws or 440 screws, and we use 2.5 millimeters in there to make sure that we have a head that fits easily inside the pocket. So we use that centering. When you print in 3D, you're going to end up with the flange on the outside raised, and you're going to need support with it. So my original idea was to make a hub and make a little insert. That insert would sit inside, goes to the exact size, and that would fit into, oops, let me take this up, a couple of smaller holes here in the center. And I was going to actually just use set screws on the traditional holes and use those as like drive pegs, and that would drive the wheel along. And we use the 3 center 2.5 millimeter screws mounted in that little hub in the center that picks up off the taper and also fits into the wheel. And if you can see, it's actually designed to stick out a little bit. And the idea was that I could get it to lock into that step that's in the center of the hub. But right away, as I printed the first example, it looks great on the computer screen when you're working with it, but as soon as I started to do it, it turned out like caca. So put that idea aside, and now you have to think outside the box. So you want to be able to print flat on the surface without using any support, because the support isn't going to be as level as you want. And I came up with this idea. Now, because it's already printed, it's a little harder to see, so I put it here up on the screen, and that's what the hub's going to look like. And the reason you're seeing it from this side as opposed to looking at it from this side is because it goes in like that. And it's going to have 3 little screws go on the outside like that. And you can see there's the set screw. You can't, it's hard to see, but there it is. There's the set screw, and there's the pinion. So this is how I am going to make 1/8 hubs, or hubs for a 1/8 axle to work within these wheels. And that should spin nice and true and be really simple, and actually end up being probably quite a bit lighter. So think laterally, figure out the problem, think of a great solution for it, and then attack. Have fun.